Hello once again. It's your boy That's No Moon, and we're back with another one. And the reason for this video, a little while ago, actually it feels like a long time ago, and in reality it was 139 days and 22 hours ago that I last did this video. And it was something like my Galactic Legend journey as a free-to-play, and I gave my thoughts on what to expect. And that's kind of the whole point of this video, is what to expect going from your first one into your second one. First order of business, as always, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel, and let me know your thoughts as well in the comments down below at any point. And also there's a Discord if you want to chat more Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. The link is in the description below as well. So the whole purpose of that first video was to show the side characters, the requirements, what you had to gear up, what their sort of stats were like. And today we're going to have a look at Jedi Master Luke's. Now, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren was, in my opinion, the absolute best. It gives you, like, in terms of the first Galactic Legend to go chasing. Reason being, Arena is absolutely amazing. He kept me so good in Arena. I'll flash up a little scorecard of what I've been able to do each and every day, and in terms of that, it just keeps crystal income very good, helps with having to refresh for relic mats and things like that, because essentially this is one of the hardest things, is collecting up all the relic mats. It takes 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, from making that conscious decision, yep, I'm going for a Galactic Legend, to finally getting like all the pieces. And it is no mean feat. Anyone who's got one Galactic Legend, it is tough. It is almost game breaking. So today we'll have a look at the side characters. Now, Jedi Master Luke obviously takes a little bit of a detour, and when you have a look at sort of the requirements, you also have to bear in mind the requirements for Jedi Knight Luke as well. So this is people like Lando and Biggs and Wedge and things like that. A lot of sort of tied in anyway. But when you kind of have a look at this anyway, prerequisites, you do need a certain amount of different characters, Han, Leia, etc. In all honesty, in all honesty, these aren't bad characters. Most of these here you're going to need for Jedi Master Luke anyway. And in terms of Jedi Knight Luke, he is absolutely amazing. I have had a huge amount of fun with this guy in the very short time that I've had him. He's also been doing absolute work for me in 3v3 as well. So that's always good. So it's probably about time to upgrade some characters, and it has been a long time. So as I go through upgrading, I'll probably talk a little bit about how I felt going from 1GL to 2GLs, the matchmaking, things like that, and a few of my thoughts in terms of where I'm going to go from here. So first things first, Old Ben. Now, Old Ben has been an absolutely solid character. I don't feel like I've needed both of his Zetas at the moment. In terms of, I kind of like the taunt, kind of like that. But again, they feel a little bit luxury. And in terms of Old Ben, I found that just absolutely stacking him with speed and potency as well, it's going to make him like incredibly good. And he's going to be able to, especially under like a Jedi Knight Revan lead, he's going to be able to get ability blocks out there, reduce turn meter, etc. He needs to go to Relic 5. So let's have a look at where he is at the moment. Let's start upgrading. So big boost to health, armor as well. Damage, obviously, we're not going to be too bothered about. But then the strength tank mastery is armor, health steal, and protection as well, which is all decent stuff anyway. So he needs to be at relic level 5. So let's have a quick look at his stats and see where he is, so you can also compare. Doesn't have a ship, so it isn't a huge GP bump, but in terms of this, a Relic 5 character at 24,000, it ain't so bad, in all honesty. But if you've got those Zetas on there, just be aware. Health and protection, a decent chunk of health and protection. You're looking at about 130,000, 135,000 there as well. Again, I've got him modded pretty much exclusively for tenacity and like a little bit of health as well. Potency is probably the more important thing, but I've sort of stacked him with health there, so that's why his health is going to be hugely favoured in terms of protection. But Obi-Wan Kenobi here, especially with the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and Jedi Knight Luke counter, is incredibly important, and I actually have no beef about getting this character to relic level 5. Next one on the list is gonna be Rey. Now, Rey Jedi Training doesn't have a ship. She does have 3 Zetas. In all honesty, the only one that I've got is the leadership. I'm gonna make a judgment call a little bit later as to whether I kind of like that in terms of getting rid of the debuff. Kind of recovering health and protection. So I'm gonna make a judgment call on that. And obviously, she has to go to relic level 7, and there are a few people. I think R2D2 as well is another one that's going to have to go to relic level 7. She's going to have to be, but when you think about it now, if you're going for like your third GL, which I will probably go for Rey, I'm pretty much sold on Rey as being the third. You've got to have Rey Jedi Training to Relic 7 anywhere there. So that's already one of the requirements. So that's kind of one of the nice overlaps as well. So Rey Jedi Training needs to be Relic level 7. So let's go ahead, get her up, see how her stats go. Now, in terms of running her at gear 13, I've gone crit chance, a little bit of health, and an odds and sods mod just for speed. She's looking at 38,000 health, 56,000 protection. Nothing too special, especially for a tank as well. So let's go ahead and let's start upgrading. And in terms of my decision whether to go, actually I'll start at the start. So after Supreme Leader Kylo was done, I was kind of also done with Galactic Legends, and I took a couple of weeks off in terms of just to reassess what I want to do. Had a little bit of fun getting a couple of characters up to gear 13 and not really worrying too much about what I was doing. I was still enjoying having Kylo Ren. And then, weirdly, I started sort of finding harder and harder matchmaking, and I would be up against either 1 GL or very occasionally 2 GLs as well. So that was kind of one of the reasons in terms of, if I want to stay fairly competitive in this game, I also have to run on that treadmill of being able to have Galactic Legends. Now, I know exactly what I'm thinking, and I know I'm going to fall into this trap as well of going, right, now I've got 2 GLs, things should even out. Unfortunately, now with the matchmaking, I'm probably going to be looking at facing 3 GLs. However, I actually really like a lot of these side effect characters. So Rey Jedi Training, 64, 68, 132, 133,000. I'll take that. That's not too bad. It certainly makes her a lot tankier. And essentially, when I'm thinking about, you know, having this Zeta on as well, quite possibly that might help. I'm going to play it by ear though, and have a look. Next one on the list, C3PO. Now, C3PO is going to be one of those characters that sort of probably doesn't need to be relicked, and he doesn't really get targeted a huge amount. He's under stealth a huge amount of the time in the battles anyway. He's usually the last one to die when there's no other characters there. So this one felt a little bit egregious. I get in terms of lore why he needs to be relicked and things like that. So I'm glad it's not a relic 7. So he needs to be relic 5. So let's go on, take him up and get him done. So yeah, going back to the overarching point anyway, is going to be my thoughts on where I was and where I was up to. So I had Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and I was super happy with where I'd gone. I was also done. I told myself I'm never doing another Galactic Legend. The horde and the time and the investment was absolutely unreal. Having to battle in arena every single day and just be disciplined in terms of not doing any other characters, etc. It was tough. So I said to myself, listen, take some time off, go and work on something that you like. But very soon I was drawn back into it. And in a way, Galactic Legends are actually sort of pretty addictive, I'll be honest, and getting them and completing them, and it certainly gives you a huge amount of direction in the game. I think Galactic Legends have been like pretty good addition to the game, I'll be honest, and here's why a lot of people will not like it, is because they are deemed so overpowered, especially in 3v3 as well. I get that, and I completely understand that argument, but also I think it gives your average Joe player, because remember, I'm going to be coming at this from the perspective of a free-to-play player from sort of day one anyway. Didn't really get on the Galactic Legends train immediately, ignored it for a couple of months, wasn't really paying too much attention for it. and now I'm all in on Galactic Legends. In terms of that, I think it allows you to enjoy much more of the game. It allows you to be able to complete much more of the PvE aspect. So yeah, for me, collecting Galactic Legends now feels like a necessary evil, but also there's something great at the end of it as well. So, you know, I think what I'm trying to say here is really that I've come around to, you know, over the last 5, 6, 7 months of collecting GLs, I've kind of come around to it that I don't really mind doing it that much anyway. It is a huge investment, though. I you know, going from 1 to 2, the reason that I chose Jedi Master Luke was simply because you get 1.5 Galactic Legends for your money. That's the reality. You get Jedi Knight Luke, and you also get Jedi Master Luke. You also, I mean, I'm at part of the game now where I kind of want to up, my ability to complete the high-end PvP, and being able to perform better in light side territory battles as well is certainly something that I want to be doing more often. Challenge Rancor as well. A lot of these people that you're upgrading for this are going to be very useful as well. And obviously Rey is another very good character as well. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren obviously smashes every single raid just because of his cipher mechanic. So again, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren for me absolutely is the first Galactic Legend to go for. Jedi Master Luke for me was absolutely the second one to go for. Mon Mothma being at relic level 5 feels a little bit egregious. She's, you know, health protection. These aren't really stats that are gonna affect her because she isn't really targeted in the battle at all. Speed is certainly something that that she is targeted with, so that's incredibly important. But yeah, Mon Mothma, haven't really played around a huge amount with the kit. Great defensive team, but in terms of where I go from here, I think for Mon Mothma to be truly useful, you really do have to invest heavily into this Rebel Fighter faction. Cara Dune, Hoth Rebel Soldier as well, if I remember right, or Scout. I can't remember which one it is, the turn meter. POW as well. These are all big investments. So, but I think it is also worth the investment into that team because it makes it a very tough team to beat as well. Now, on to a fun one, Threepio and Chewie. Now, this character, when he came in, absolutely changed the game. This character is absolutely insane in terms of damage that he outputs. Let me just have a look at here. So, health and protection, 110,000. Physical offense is 6,000. So, let's get him up. He needs to be relic level 5. So, let's go ahead. And this guy is hard to kill as well. You know, when you think about you've got blind out there, Rebels can easily take down. You know, Rebels were able to take down good squads anyway. This character just upped their game completely, and the reason that I really like this character is because for assault battles, you know, when you're Rebels versus Empire, this one gives you a huge amount of viability to get that and collect more relic mats at the same time as well. So this is a huge investment. This character is a huge amount of fun as well. Even you know, Relic 0, Gear 13, this character did the biz for me. And he needs to be relic level 5. So let's go ahead, check this. So we can see that health, armor, physical damage, that's the big one that I'm like, you look at crit chance now, an extra 12% crit chance there. Special damage, I don't think he uses that at all. Accuracy is actually a fairly decent stat. Damage, again, we've got that. And armor, penetration, resistance, thank you very much, that's part 1. And we're now looking at 120,000. Is that 120? Yeah, around about 125,000. The damage has gone up to 8.2. So again, that's a huge increase in damage, nearly 25-30% there. Huge amount of damage. And again, I haven't even like upgraded those mods yet. And but essentially, this character is going to output a huge amount of damage. So lot of fun, this character, and he's just going to start deleting squads with that AoE. You know, it is absolutely ridiculous. Right, the next droid on the list, R2D2. I don't actually think I've got him favorited, but let's go ahead, pull him up. He needs to be, if I remember right, because I don't want to over relic a character that I don't need to either. He needs to be relic level 7. Now, R2D2, I have a fond liking of R2D2 actually. R2D2 was the very first video that I did on my channel, and it was the Daring Droid event, and weirdly it got about 4,000 views, and I thought, oh, this YouTube Malaki's dead easy. But this was like, I think this was sort of like 6 months into the game. Got a copyright strike on it because I recorded it with music and things. But yeah, it did really well. And so R2D2, he started off my career in YouTube and making videos and sharing my passion for the game as well. So R2D2, he's good. Let's give him the biz and let's get him up to Relic 7. Now, he was probably also my second Relic character as well. I think my first Relic character, my first Gear 13 was General Grievous. My second was R2D2 for the simple fact of number crunch and being able to add protection, offense, things like that as well. This was a very useful character back in the day when Relics first came around. Only have number crunch on him. Don't feel like combat analysis is particularly useful anyway. He's around at level 3 at the moment. I haven't really given his mods a huge amount of love at all, probably in about 12 months. Let's have a look at his relic gains though. Again, health, armor, accuracy, crit avoidance is always good as well. He needs to go to R7. I get it. I mean, R2 is intrinsically, like, he is intertwined with any iteration of Luke, and certainly like Jedi Master Luke as well. But this is a droid that Luke has shared a lot of his adventures with as well. And R2D2 is probably one of the most like iconic characters across the whole. He was in the Clone Wars. He's been in pretty much everything when you think about it. So he's a hugely iconic character, and kind of don't mind giving him a little bit of love that he deserves, in all honesty. So there we are, Relic 7. Let's go check his stats. Again, I don't ignore the mods at the moment, but now he's got a huge amount of health and protection. Damage, again, he's not really a damage dealer, but again, use him to his strengths. He's pretty good actually. So that's R2 done. Han and Chewie now. Now, Han and Chewie, these were probably like my third and fourth characters to Relics. Again, fantastic characters. And this is what I like about these characters. It's going to make your Millennium Falcon pretty good. And also, where do you go from here naturally? Well, it's probably the ships and getting up a good Rebel fleet. And in terms of, and this is also why I don't really mind doing like a Mon Mothma team, because there's going to be a bit of overlap in here as well. But Rebel faction, that's certainly something that I want to sort of dive into as well. But that's kind of a natural overlap in terms of a Rebel fleet and a Mon Mothma squad as well. So Han needs to go to relic level 6. Now, these are also now characters, Han, Chewbacca, etc. Chewbacca went to 5 anyway. I was using him, but this is now something that you can use in the Challenge Rancor raid as well. So let's get him up to R6. And yeah, this is a character which, my Rebels have served me very, very well. They have taken down Jedi Knight Revan teams in 5v5 when I'm in a sticky situation. Rebels are kind of the go-to when you're not sure on what to deal with a certain squad. You can usually count on Rebels to get you through as well. So in terms of his relics, crit chance, crit damage, and plain damage. You can see that there's probably a huge amount of crit chance now. That's pretty tanky, for an attacker. 100,000, yeah, that's pretty tanky, even with an offense set on there. Where's his crit chance as well? Crit chance is now 85% naturally. That's pretty good. And his damage is, I think he does physical damage, nearly 8,000. Again, that's something that I'll probably, those are pretty rookie numbers. I'll look at pumping the numbers there. And no, I've done Threepio and Chewie. Don't over relic him yet. Chewbacca needs to be relic level 6. Now, Chewbacca was the Bounty Hunter event when he first came out was absolutely hated. In honesty, it was one of the biggest satisfaction. Like, I wasn't able to complete it before I got Bosk, but that was another event that I actually quite enjoyed the grind of. So very, very fond memories of this character as well. In more recent months, this has been used for like the SLK Archies and things like that. So again, have no issues with this character. Okay, and there we go. So you can have a look. Health improves, armor improves, physical damage improves, accuracy, damage, and armor or resistance penetration. Ding ding, we've done our second one there. And again, he's a character that I use in pretty much every aspect of the game. Let's have a look at the damage. Physical offense, 8,000 now. Crit chance as well, 73, or around about 67 naturally. But yeah, he's a very, very used character as well. Next up on the list, okay, we need Leia. Now, Leia was one of the Jedi Knight Luke requirements. No, she wasn't actually, was she? No, she is just a straight JML requirement, if I remember right. Less said about her, the better, in all honesty. I mean, to be fair, I've actually like used her at some points in this 3v3 as well. She hits fairly hard. You know, if you mod her right, she's like naturally, she's got okay speed in 3v3, decent little banner stripper team. But yeah, Princess Leia, you know, it's kind of one of those necessary evils, in all honesty. No Zeta. I have had a look at the Zeta. I don't know. I was actually thinking at one point, maybe this is a character like a Kylo, like an OG Kylo Ren, which could solo teams. Honestly, I think if I put that into perspective, I'd be leaving the battle without any banners. Let's put it that way. Biggs needs to be relic level 3, so Biggs is also like big, like a big ship guy as well in that Rebel. So again, I've got no real issues with him going up to you know, in the relics. But again, there is going to be some GP inflation here in terms of competitive matchmaking. You know, I understand it. I get, okay, it's the same as Rose Tico, but yeah, you don't like Rose Tico, but you really like Rey. I kind of get that as well. So Biggs, again, really, really like that aspect of the Rebel fleet for him. What do I need with yeah, Wedge I need as R3 as well. He's not really used that much in the Rebel faction anyway. So this kind of feels like a little bit of a waste. But these older characters, they don't tend to bump GP too much. This was back when kits were fairly simple when I were a young lad. You know, there wasn't pages and pages of text. It was just plain simple. You could understand a character. And the amount of interactions at the moment that happen between characters, it's so hard to keep up with. So, you know, I have no issues with Wedge. Shout out to Nitro for unlocking his Wedge today as well. I don't know if he's unlocked it. He's finally got it. He's pretty much a day one player, and he's just unlocking Wedge. So shout out to Nitro as well. Lando. We need to get him. He needed to be R3 for the Jedi Knight Luke event. He needs to be R5 for this one. So Lando was weirdly my first Gear 12 character. A little bit of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes history here for you. Lando used to be supreme in the arena. Lando used to be the meta. And Lando's leadership is what did it. Scoundrel and Rebel allies gave 15 speed and 29% critical damage. Don't ask me why it's 29 and not 30. But this guy, he was doubling down on every fool in the arena. And you would quite regularly see, you know, it was locked out from like number 1 to number 30 with Gear 12 Landos and things, or Gear 11 Landos, if I remember right, even before Gear 12 came in, if I remember right. So yeah, I'm not going to dwell on this character too much, but yeah, he was like a nice investment. And unfortunately, it looks like I was shorted by Star Wars Galaxy Heroes.gg. I'll flash up an image now of what we needed when we came into gearing up everyone, and then what we actually had. I don't think I've relicked up anyone too much. Obviously, F's in the chat and in the comments if I have. But I've got it as Chewbacca needs to be R6, RJT7, R27, Mon Mothma 5, C3PO 5, Han Solo 6, Hermit Yoda 5, 3PO and Chewie 5, Obi-Wan Kenobi 5, and then you've got Wedge, Biggs and Leia at 3, and then Lando R5. So as I say, I don't think I've relicked up anyone. I think that's just an issue with Star Wars Galaxy Heroes.gg. A little bit annoying because now I have to go. Yeah, so Old Ben 5, RJT 7, 3PO 5, Mon Mothma 5, 3PO and Chewie 5. Skywalker's already done. R2 7, Han Solo 6, Chewbacca 6. Y-Wing was done anyway. Leia 3, Hermit Yoda was done anyway. Wedge, Biggs is 3. So I don't think I've made a mistake there, annoyingly. But because of the timing, I've had to lock in for Grand Arena, and what I want to do is get knocking on with the tickets now. So I have bought a little bit of energy in terms of to get ahead with tickets. So I'm going to get ahead and get rolling with the event, just so I can unlock him before, hopefully, the first round of, and I said this in the first video as well, the absolute optimal time to unleash the horde and get rolling on a Galactic Legend is right after the 3rd week. So just after you've locked in for the 4th week of Grand Arena, then you have that week, and then you have another week's break maybe. It will take you, with 3 refreshes of these a day, it will take you 10 days, so you should be able to do it as well. So let's go ahead. Let's finish off. Lando is quickly becoming a little bit less and less of a favourite character at the moment. You know, just when you think you're done. Again, that is absolutely insane, but it gets it out the way, and I'm done. I'm done with it. So let's go ahead. Let's upgrade him to 5. I had visions there I was upgrading the wrong character, but at least we can use him as a sacrifice now in Challenger Rancor. So let's get you done. Let's get cracking with the event, and thank God for that. There we go. So that should be everything for Jedi Master Luke now. In terms of that, so how does it feel? Well, it feels absolutely fantastic. It feels now that's a huge step in the game, and again, getting all these characters, this all fantastic characters, all, I say, well, in the main, 75% of these are absolutely fantastic characters. Decent ship there with the Rebel Y-Wing as well. But yeah, all of these first, like 1 and 2, they're all absolutely fine. Where do I go from here? So in terms of where I feel like I go from here, I can go Beskar, I can go straight to another Galactic Legend. I'm probably a little bit closer to Sith Eternal Emperor, but honestly, I feel like starting it all over again with Rey. And as I said before, collecting Galactic Legends is actually pretty addictive, and now it's going to feel like, when I was probably 2 to 3 months after unlocking Kylo, I actually missed, and call this absolute madness, I actually missed doing the event, collecting tickets, going in, and then just that little bit of progress. It was genuinely nice, and you won't know what I mean until you've got that first Galactic Legend and you're on your way to another one. I genuinely missed farming tickets and being able to go into the event and play the event as well. So we should be able, yes, we are able to now. And the good thing is now we can start collecting tickets as well. So, but that's for another video. I'm going to come back to that at another time. If there's anything that you want to know, again, let me know in the Discord. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I will see you all next time with a new Jedi Master Luke Skywalker on the holotables. Super excited to be playing with this character as well. I don't think there's really much else that I want to say, except I'm now all in on Rey, I think. Genuinely, it is an absolutely addictive, and what I might do instead is just hoard tickets or hoard gear. See what the next 2 Galactic Legends, if they're meant to be coming out fairly soon or announced fairly soon, who knows. But again, also in all seriousness, don't take this too seriously. It is a game at the end of the day. Don't outstretch your means in terms of spending, and just enjoy it as well. Enjoy the moment, these moments where you unlock a character from the journey guide, and don't feel pressure to get Galactic Legends. Again, it does make your life a little bit easier, but all in good time and all in baby steps as well. So I've been That Snow Moon. I'll see you all next time. Cheers, guys.